Whether they are playing pretend in Pillowcat's bedroom or changing up hairstyles in Mercat's bathroom, Gabby and the Gabby Cats love to play dress up. Today, I'm getting crafty-riffic and making headbands inspired by all of the Gabby Cats. Come on, let's give it a go together. First up, let's make some pandy ears. Gabby's ears to get tiny look just like Pandy's, so when you wear these ears, you can look like Pandy or Gabby. Pandy is a white cat, so I'm starting by covering my headband in white fabric. Cardboard is sturdy material for making kitty cat ears. To make this headband look like our friend Pandy, let's color one ear black. Cat-tastic! The insides of Pandy's ears are pink, and to make this look like Gabby's headband, I'm using sparkles. All that's left to do is attach each ear. Now we can all match Gabby and Pandy. Baby Box is one crafty cat, so I'm making her headband with a cardboard base and blue paper to look like her dress. Her dress is covered in glitter-riffic polka dots. Baby Box has bright pink ears with light pink insides. Now I have a headband to wear anytime I'm feeling crafty-riffic.
I'm pretty great at making things.
Gabby and Pandy love to bakey with cakey, so let's make some cakey ears. Cakey looks like a cupcake, and his body looks like a pink and blue cupcake liner. So I'm wrapping the bottom of the headband in pink and blue hair ties. I'll wrap the rest of the headband in fluffy white yarn to look like Cakey's frosting head. Each one of Cakey's ears looks like a swirly frosting tip. These pen caps are perfect for Cakey's sprinkles. This headband is ready for a sprinkle party. Now for everyone's favorite sneaky kitty, Cat Rat. Cat Rat is blue and furry, and I have just the fabric to use as the base of his headband. He has tall, skinny ears with dark blue tips. Can't forget the pink insides. Now it's time to add Cat Rat's signature dark blue stripes. Meowsing. This headband is fit for one cool cat.
Nicely done!
Time to make a headband inspired by the dollhouse's resident scientist, Mer Cat. Her skin is seafoam green, so I'm making the base of the headband the same color. Mer Cat is covered in shimmering sea scales, so I'm using this glittery confetti and this piece of foam to make scales for my headband. Mercat wears a fuchsia pink sea star on her head. I'm making mine out of pink clay. All that's left to finish my Mercat headband is her kitty cat ears. is one cute headband.
Shimmering sea scales!
Gabby loves playing dress up in Pillow Cat's bedroom. I'm making a headband so I can dress up like Pillow Cat. Pillow Cat is a squeezy, cuddly, cat-shaped pillow. So I'm starting this headband by covering it in pillow stuffing. Her body is made of colorful patchwork fabric. I need to cover the ends to make sure no stuffing escapes. Pillow Cat's fabric is sewn together with colorful threads. I'm using this yarn to show the stitches on the headband. I hear Pillow Cat's story time is best heard with kitty cat ears. Pawtastic! With this Pillow Cat headband, I'm ready for dress up, a story, or even a cat nap.
Oh! Was I catnapping?
Now it's time to get my groove on. DJ Catnip in the house. DJ Catnip has purple fur, so I'm starting with purple fabric on my headband. For DJ Catnip's funky stripes, I'm adding sticky tape and using little hair scrunchies for the different colors. I'm making the ears of my headband sparkly, just like DJ Catnip's hoodie. Groovy! Wearing this headband, I'll be ready to dance it out, mix up beats, or learn a new instrument. Vroom vroom, start your engines. It's time to make a Carita headband. I'm starting by making this headband sparkly and purple, like Carlita's paint. Carlita's ears are pretty small, so I'll add 2 little ears to the headband. She zooms around the dollhouse thanks to her speedy wheels. And we can't forget her blue racing stripe. With this Carita headband, I'm ready to race off to my next adventure. Let's fly over to the fairy tale garden to make our Kitty Fairy headband. Kitty Fairy has fluffy dandelions that sprout out of her head. To make dandelions, I'm covering a pipe cleaner in green tape and attaching it to a white pom-pom. Now it's time to make her pink ears. Kitty Fairy is an expert at garden magic and knows how to grow the prettiest flowers, just like the one she wears on her head. I'm using green foam for the leaves, white foam for the petals, and yellow pom-poms for the centers. Ta-da! Anything feels possible with my Kitty Fairy headband. I hope you had fun watching me create headbands inspired by our Gabby Cat friends. Try making one of these headbands so you too can express your catitude.
Get ready to sip in style with these water bottles inspired by Cakey, Pandy, and Mercat. Let's get started. I'm using some white foam to make Cakey's frosting face. Now for his eyes and his pink sprinkle nose. And I'll use markers to draw his mouth. By painting wooden beads, I have a bunch of sprinkles for Cakey's whiskers.
Frigorific!
Now I'm using these shiny foil papers to make Cakey's body. I'm adding a zigzag pattern to the top to make it look like a cupcake wrapper. When Cakey gets really happy or really sad, it's a sprinkle party. And there you have it.
It's me!
Our Cakey water bottle is ready to keep you refreshed in the sweetest way possible. Now it's time to make a paw-tastic Pandy Paws water bottle.
I think you're really gonna like it.
I'm using foam for his muzzle, nose, and whiskers, and some googly eyes for our goofy pal.
I love it!
Now I'll cut out some triangles for his kitty ears.
You look good!
Let's make this water bottle cat-tastic with a pandy tail. I'm using clay and shaping it into a handle that will fit on my water bottle. After it dries, I'm coloring the tip black, like Pandy's.
The tail really brings it all together.
I think this water bottle deserves a high paw. Now you have a Pandy pal to remind you to stay hydrated.
Oh, this is so exciting! Who's next?
Time to dive into our next DIY, a Mercat water bottle.
Spectacular!
For Mercat's fur, I'm adding seafoam green tissue paper to the bottle. A mixture of glue and water will make the paper stick. Let it dry.
Mertastic!
I'm using foam for Mercat's eyes and cheeks. And a heart-shaped bead for her nose.
I'm just so excited!
Time to draw on her eyelashes and her cat-tastic smile. She wouldn't be Mercat without her
Shimmering sea scales!
I'm using felt for her star. Mercat likes to splash and dive using her sparkly tail. Time to add these bubble stickers because bubbles make everything better. Now you have a Mercat bottle for your water, juice, or potions. I hope you enjoyed creating these Gabby Cat inspired water bottles. Carry them with you wherever you go and let your favorite Gabby Cats keep you company. Get funky for back to school with a groovy DJ Catnip backpack.
It's DJ Catnip in the house. Where should we start?
I'll start by using felt to cut out DJ Catnip's purple stripes. He has a big smile and a little blue nose. I'll make 2 pink circles for his cheeks. Now I'm adding 2 silly googly eyes. My purple backpack is the same color as DJ Catnip's fur.
I'm smiling.
DJ Catnip uses the bright pink pocket on his hoodie to hold things. I'm using foam and felt to make the pocket on my backpack look like his. His outfit wouldn't be complete without a sparkly pink hoodie.
Groovy.
This backpack needs DJ Catnip's kitty ears. Foam will help these kitty ears stand up on my backpack.
I love the look.
I'm painting some wooden beads pink. Adding pink beads to the backpack zippers makes them look like the drawstrings on DJ Catnip's hoodie. DJ Catnip has colorful stripes on his arms and legs, so I'm using pipe cleaners to add some to the straps of my backpack.
Awesome!
This DJ Catnip backpack is ready to get moving and grooving. So let's add a disco ball. When DJ Catnip's disco ball comes out, it's a dance party. Let's boogie.
I think it's time to get this kitty cat party pumping! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Now you can take the party with you wherever you go. I hope you enjoyed making this groovy DJ Catnip backpack with me. Show up to school in style with these Mercat and Kitty Fairy shoes. Let's get our first shoe started with the Dollhouse's resident scientist, Mercat.
I'm just so excited.
Mercat's fur is seafoam green, so I'm starting with a shoe of the same color.
Green, like me.
This blue sequin stripe will have you looking good and feeling good. I'm using felt to make a paw print like Mercat's. She wears a bright pink star on her head, so let's add one to the shoe.
Yes, the pink star. It's just like the one I wear.
I'm using sequin to add Mercat's mermaid scales to the toe of the shoe.
Shimmer and sea scales.
So sparkly. Let's give our shoe kitty ears just like Mercat's. I'll add them to the tongue of my shoe. And now it's cat-tabulous. This shiny ribbon reminds me of one of Mercat's lotions and potions. Let's make it a shoelace. Time to lace up my sneaker to get the perfect fit. Bubbles make everything better, so let's add these stickers as the finishing touch. Now this shoe is the Bubbles.
Mertastic.
Let's use some garden magic to transform these pink shoes into Kitty Fairy.
Leaping lilies, let's do it!
Kitty Fairy lives in the fairy tale garden, so I'm starting with a sparkly grass green stripe on my shoe. Sparkles come out of her flower bud tail. Let's add one to the shoe. Flower-riffic! Kitty Fairy uses her tail to help all her garden friends grow. Let's make the shoe extra magical with fairy wings. To make her wings, I'm adding shimmery pink paper to a piece of plastic. Time to draw the flowery designs on her wings. Now I can fly into school in style.
By using your fairy wings, of course.
I'm adding green felt to my shoe so it looks like the grass in Kitty Fairy's garden. Yellow and white fabric flowers look like Kitty Fairy's flower crown. Time to make our garden grow by adding the beads to our ribbon shoelace.
Flower-riffic! And now it's time to make the Deedly Boppers!
When I add these white fluff balls to the tips of the laces, they look just like Kitty Fairy's Deedly Boppers. Cat-tastic! This Kitty Fairy shoe is magical. Now you can bring your favorite Gabby Cats with you wherever you go. I hope you enjoyed making these crafty-riffic shoes today.
Celebrating Valentine's Day, or Kitty-tines Day as we say in the dollhouse, is an amusing way to tell your friends you love them. Today, we're making 3 cat-tastic Kitty-tines gifts inspired by Mercat, Baby Box, and Kitty Fairy.
Let's get crafting!
Start with an empty milk carton to use as the base of Baby Box. I'm using beige paper for her face and light blue paper for her dress. The top of Baby Box's head and ears are pink. I cut 2 teeny tiny triangles for the details of her ears. And the top of her head ends in this pretty wave.
Ta-da!
Now let's glue it all on.
Time to add face.
I'll draw her eyes, the cutest little nose, and a sweet smile. And rosy cheeks. She also has 2 purple whiskers on each side of her face. I'm using pipe cleaners. Bend them so they're wavy, just like baby boxes.
It's me!
Let's add a little Kitty Tines note. I'm writing Happy Kitty Tines Day on mine. And last, I'm adding little colored circles to her dress.
It's got polka dots, just like me.
Our baby box Kitty Tine is finished. And the best part is, you can fill it with all sorts of fun surprises for your friends.
I like making things with you.
Up next is a sweet treat inspired by our flower-rific friend, Kitty Fairy.
3, 2, 1.
Start with a pink lollipop. Be sure to keep the wrapper on. Let's make Kitty Fairy's ears and nose. I'm using pink foam. Now add them to the lollipop. Next, add googly eyes and draw on a mouth and some eyelashes. Kitty Fairy has green dealy boppers and wears a flower-rific flower crown.
You can add some little craft flowers to make a crown. And now it's time to make the Deedly Boppers.
A fairy isn't complete without her magical wings. Let's use some garden magic to make some out of a piece of plastic.
You can decorate them any way you want.
Now attach them to the lollipop stick. Time to write a note to your Kitty Tine. I'm writing "You're a flower-rific friend" on mine.
Aww.
This sweet treat is sure to make your Kitty Tines Day the very best.
Fairy-rific! Let's get this party started!
To make a Mercat Kitty Tine, start with a blue bottle of bubbles. I'm using foam to make Mercat's face. And covering it with seafoam green felt for her fur. Let's make her eyes, pink nose, and her ears. Now draw on eyelashes and her smile.
Here comes the best part.
Shimmering sea scales, of course. And don't forget her signature seashell star.
Yes, the pink star!
Time to add more sparkles for the top of Mercat's mer-mazing tail. Now, this wouldn't be a Kitty Tines gift without a cat-tastic note. In true Mercat fashion, I'm writing "You're the bubbles." You did it! Thanks for crafting with us. Your friends are sure to love these. We hope your Kitty Tines Day bubbles with fun. Exchanging Kitty Tines with your friends is a cat-tastic way to celebrate Valentine's Day, or Kitty Tines Day, as we say in the dollhouse. Today, we're making 3 Kitty Tines boxes inspired by Gabby's Dollhouse Deliveries. They're the most crafty-riffic place to store all your Kitty Tines this year.
Wanna make one? Great! Let's get crafting!
Start with the gift box. Cover it with colored paper. Since it's Kitty Tines Day, I'm using light pink for the base and dark pink for the lid.
Now let's give him kitty faces!
I'm using gems to make the eyes because sparkles make everything better. And Gabby's surprise boxes always have closed sleepy eyes in a U shape like this. Next, make a cute heart nose and bend a pipe cleaner to make a sweet smile.
Great!
Let's glue them on. Now add 2 gems for the cheeks. Time to make the kitty ears. Cut 2 pink triangles, then 2 smaller triangles for the inner ears. Glue them onto the lid, like this.
Boop, boop!
This kitty needs some decoration. Let's make some hearts to add a little love. I'm using sparkly paper. Now glue them on. And more gems, of course.
Now I have everything I need to finish my masterpiece.
Meowsing! This Kitty Tines box is complete. Are you ready to make another?
Then I know just what to make.
A cakey Kitty Tines box. Start with a white gift box. Cut out 2 sleepy kitty eyes. I'm using black foam and pink foam for Cakey's smile. Cut 2 pink circles for his cheeks. Cakey typically has a sprinkle nose, but since it's Kitty Times Day, I thought it'd be fun to use a candy heart. Now glue them on. Now cut 2 white triangles for his ears and 2 smaller pink triangles for the insides and add them to the box.
Can't forget the sprinkles!
Of course not! These little wooden beads make great sprinkles. We just need to paint them rainbow colors, just like Cakey's.
Sprinkle party!
Glue the sprinkles all over the box.
Ta-da!
Sprinkle-riffic! Your box is ready to fill with a sweet surprise note for your kitty time. Are you ready for one last surprise?
Ready.
Great! Because it's time to make a Gabby-inspired Kitty Times box. Gabby wears a black and white striped top with peekaboo kitties on it. For Kitty Times Day, I'm going to change the kitties to hearts. Glue it to the box.
I love black and white.
She also wears a pink cardigan. I'm using felt again. Cut out squares to cover the sides of the box. Now cut 4 strips to cover the lid. And 1 more square for the top.
Wow! That was pretty artastic.
Time to add a face. Bend pipe cleaner into U shapes to make the kitty eyes. Now let's make a mouth and a cute little nose. Glue the face to the front of the box. Gabby wears heart patches on the elbows of her sweater. I'm going to use this as inspiration to make heart-shaped kitty cheeks. Now let's make the kitty ears. Gabby wears a headband that looks like Pandy's ears, because that's what best friends do. Can't forget the tip of Pandy's signature ear. For the insides of the ears, I thought it'd be cute to add more hearts.
I heart this so much.
Time to assemble.
Pretty adorable. But we're still missing one last thing.
A kitty time, of course. I love making my own to add a personal touch. You can use your imagination to make whatever kitty time you like. Thanks for crafting with us, and have a happy Kitty Times Day.